Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your September 2022 video. Now this video is for Sun, Moon and Rising Capricorn. Your sun sign is what you're aware of, what you're striving towards, what you want to complete, your goals. It's very much something that you are aware of. Your moon sign is more your emotional side. It's more your private life and how you're feeling within yourself. And that's why it's subjective. And your rising sign is more your external world and how others also see you, the energy that you give off. Now, this month in September, we have a Mercury retrograde, and it'll be starting on the 10th of September and last until the 3rd of October. Mercury retrograde is the planet of communication, technology, and small distance traveling as well. So traveling. It's very important during a Mercury retrograde to not start anything new. This is also a time where lots of experiences and people from our past can reconnect with us, especially exes. Right? This is where people from the past come back into our lives. This is where our past actions also can come back during that time. And also miscommunication and misunderstandings tend to happen during a Mercury retrograde. It's never good during a Mercury retrograde to start anything new. However, you can complete projects and things that you started prior to the Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde ultimately is good for completion. It's not good for starting anything new during a Mercury retrograde. We generally tend to, after the Mercury retrograde, not really feel like it's not worth it, or it's not what we really thought it was. Even if we sign new contracts or new deals that come to us during a Mercury retrograde, or start a new relationship, all of a sudden when Mercury retrograde is done, we now start questioning these choices that we've made, and it's not exactly what we feel connected to. Mercury retrograde is definitely a time to slow down, become more reflective, take care of yourself, watch your mental health. If you have any travel plans, make sure that you check and double check. Like if you have to make an appointment to go somewhere, make sure you book the appointment, you know the time, all of those things. Give yourself enough time to get there, especially. So any travel plans, it can be even a holiday. If you're doing that, make sure you check and double check. If it's just an appointment or meeting, make sure that you know the time, the place, the directions, and you give yourself the time to get there, because we can experience delays during a Mercury retrograde. And it can also even affect like parcels, where you order something online and it needs to be delivered. All of those things become slowed down during a Mercury retrograde, as well as we can experience technology difficulties during a Mercury retrograde. So make sure you back up all your information, that you save all your passwords, all of those things. Very important. On the 6th, we have Venus moving into your 9th house, and Venus is the planet of love, luxury, and beauty. It can also affect us financially. The 9th house is an expansion and growth aspect. It also brings in wisdom. So with Venus in your 9th house, think about what you want to learn, higher learning, wisdom. This is where you can pick up a book and it can really inspire you. It's great for publishing, writing, any information that you need to compile and put together. Venus really allows you to have the energy, especially feel love for what you are doing. This is a great time to also travel, like you might want to take a holiday, seek an adventure. Great for meeting foreign people, people that are not the same culture or experiences or background as us. As 9th house rules, foreign, what we don't know. And it's important for that, because when we have these new experiences and meet new people, you can connect to them online, in person, either way. Ultimately, it changes your perspective and offers us wisdom. Remember, when we are talking about 9th house, we are talking about things that we don't do that is the same. It's not your normal routine. This is where you want to explore. This is where you want to seek an adventure, try something new, eat at a different place and try foreign food. That is exactly it. And Venus, luxury, food, entertainment, enjoy something different and foreign to what you normally do all the time. So eating somewhere, going somewhere different, exploring a different culture, or talking to someone from a different background or culture from you can be very enriching. This is how we learn as humans, through exploring, and that's what the 9th house offers. In terms of love, You can actually go to a library and meet someone there while you're studying. It offers you the opportunity to connect to people with beliefs, and systems, that it changes your beliefs but also gives you a high perspective on it. And you're looking for that when you're connecting to people, even in a normal way, as in like someone that you care about, or even in a love interest matter. On the 10th, we have a full moon, and this will be happening in your 3rd house. Now, this also affects your learning, your writing, any information like that. There's also where sometimes gossip can come through, like we might find out something that someone said about us. The full moon loves to bring things to light, things that we haven't seen. It's like the full moon is shining bright and out there, so it really gives you information that you didn't know can come to you, and this can be in the form of gossip, or maybe someone found something about you and now they have the energy to tell you, right? So remember that. Also, communication with others during this time, watch for that. It can be very enlightening, sometimes in a good way, where you might find out how someone truly feels about you, or sometimes you might find out how someone truly feels about you and you will be like, oh my word, I had no idea how this person felt. The full moon can definitely bring that to light. Also, the full moon highlights learning. It also might be a time where you might be thinking about the information that you are taking in. What are you watching on television? What are you reading? How much time you're spending on social media or scrolling and on the internet. It's where you might even want to take a break from doing those things. Actually questioning what you are doing with your time when it comes to the information that you're taking in. Is it really useful and pertinent to you? So definitely think of what you are learning, what you're taking in, and the people that you are connecting to, especially, will be very much highlighted under this full moon. This full moon can also be very overwhelming mentally. That's why it's so important to see what information around you in your environment that you're taking in. It can be like, even for example, you're spending too much time around people that complain, right? Or your work environment feels too chaotic, everybody's doing their own thing, the energy is scattered. That can be very frustrating, and you'll be looking for change. So all of those things where you're looking for change in your environment and your change in what you actually are taking in from your environment. On the 10th also, Mercury goes retrograde, and Mercury will be retrograding mainly in your 10th house. It'll also retrograde in your 9th, but mainly in your 10th. This is about your career and career changes, and Mercury might have you thinking about past experiences with any goals, dreams, ambitions, mainly your goals and ambitions, what you want to achieve. Now, you don't need to be working, right? Because say, for instance, you're in retirement. So it'll have you thinking about any goals that you had, whether that be a goal to exercise more, or a goal to tend to your garden, or a goal to organize your home, or a goal to host a family meeting, right? Let's say family get together instead. All of those things Mercury will be highlighting. And also your public image is very much highlighted with the 10th house and how you come across to others. So you could even meet someone from your past that maybe you had an impact on, right? They'll come up and like you had an impact on, like in a good way, or it can even be in a negative way, where the 10th house is your image, your public image, your reputation, very much so. And you'll be thinking about that a lot, about the energy you give off to others. How do you come across to others? Other people might be sharing more with you how you actually do come across. And because it's Mercury retrograde, you can sometimes misunderstand it, or they can miscommunicate it to you. So be aware of that. The 9th house is very important for your perspective and what you are learning. And you might even, decide to take up a different kind of course or learn something new, or even teaching. This is where you mentor people. You might be thinking, maybe I should mentor people. The 9th house has a lot to do with either giving information or receiving information, where we want to take it to a different level, where we either want to teach and mentor, or we are wanting to take what we are learning to a higher level and really encouraging us to expand our wisdom. So you are doing a lot when it comes to revamping yourself as a whole, when it comes to goals. and also your public image and how other people see you. It would not be a great time to change like your hair, right? Go for that haircut during the Mercury retrograde period, especially when it's in your 10th house, because you might regret that change. So you will definitely be looking at how you come across to others, and others will be sharing a lot with how you come across to them, good or bad. But ultimately, don't misunderstand it, right? Don't misinterpret it. Also, with the 10th house of that Mercury retrograde, it can cause conflict within your work environment. Okay, so be aware of that. With conflict with colleagues, conflict with even anyone that is where you are around people, especially. I mean, I went through a 10th house transit and it really shone a lot of light on me, particularly when it came to family matters. And it wasn't during a Mercury retrograde, but it can even where people that are family need you more, ask you to be more responsible. Maybe you need to take care of someone. You are called upon more during a 10th house transit, but during that time, it might be feeling like I'm tired and maybe this is too much of a responsibility. This is responsibilities I had before. How do I rearrange my responsibilities so I can really focus on my goals and dreams? Mercury retrograde is very reflective. It takes us into past experiences, past work experiences, and it can have us even thinking about how can I reorganize myself so that I can restore my spirit. On the 23rd, the sun will be moving into his 10th house. The new moon is in the 10th house on the 25th, and on the 30th, Venus is in the 10th house. Can you see there's a lot of healing coming through for you when it comes to your career, your goals, and your public image, how other people see you. Public image is not just out there on social media, although it can be, but it can also be family image, the family group that you have and how they perceive you, your friend group and how they perceive you. It's your reputation and how others perceive you. Now, the sun there highlights it, but remember, Mercury is in retrograde in this 10th house, later into the 9th, but it is retrograde there. So it can give you opportunities, maybe missed opportunities that previously you wanted, you can acquire. Right? Remember that Mercury retrograde is not all bad. It doesn't bring us all just negative experiences. It's great for getting things that we wanted before and we now can achieve it. New moon, again, new opportunities, new insights into yourself and your public image. And Venus is very healing. Venus can be very much prosperity and abundance and finances with Venus in the 10th house, where you're actually considering making changes to boost your income and your financial success and status. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. My website's linked down below if you like a reading. You can click the link below, as well as appreciation of these posts. There's a link below for that. Thank you.